So when it comes to living in Vancouver, it's a cool city and all, but here are my reasons why I hate living in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. Reason number one is, you know that saying that 1 degree of separation? It's definitely true in Vancouver, because chances are you are one mutual friend of a friend of a friend of a friend away from the person that you just met. Meaning that although, the city is quite spread out in terms of its demographic and geographical region, chances are you know the person next to you. And yes, that's kind of cool for like, hey, do you know so-and-so? Oh yeah, I know so-and-so. Oh, that's cool. We have friends of friends, we're relatable. But that's not so cool when it comes to dating.
Oh, you know Peter?
Yeah, I kinda do.
Oh, so how do you know?
Oh, we dated for a couple weeks.
Yeah, he's kinda weird and awkward. And kinda crazy.
So when it comes to knowing your neighbor and knowing not your neighbor, chances are everyone in Vancouver knows each other. And no, this is not an exaggeration, and that story has actually happened to me. Reason number two why I hate living in Vancouver is the weather. Because when you often look up on YouTube or just pictures, you often see these glorious city skylines of the sun and people walking along the beach, which is potentially true for a month or two. But for the rest of the year, it rains. Rains. And Vancouver's nickname, Raincouver, it lives up to that. And if you're super lucky, it becomes Snowcouver. And that's always fun. It's great, guys. Goodly diddly neighborino, awesome. So awesome. The third thing that I hate about living in Vancouver is the cliquiness or the unavailability to make new friends. Hear me out here. When it comes to Vancouver, chances are your group of circle of friends is the people that you went to elementary school with and high school with to this day. And yes, that might be true for other parts of the world, but this is especially true for people in Vancouver. Because if you're your mid-20s now, chances are your friends are like hang on to you, like the ones that were from elementary school and high school. And the thing about that and human association is that you resemble the 5 people that you're around. And this is especially true for people in Vancouver. And if you walk down Granville Street, you'll see groups of people who all dress the same, talk the same, all work the same jobs, and all do the same leisure activity. Like, I'm not hating on these people, and I'm not saying that it's impossible to make friends, but if you come from, the United States or another country and you decide to move to Vancouver, you might find it a little hard to meet people. I'm not saying it's impossible to meet people, but there is a sense of cliquiness in this city. I'm talking about why, although Greater Vancouver is divided into different parts of the city, you will soon find that, Richmond has a lot of Asian people. Gastown is more of the hipster crowd. Downtown has more types of these people. And I'm talking about these people, I'm not talking about race, I'm trying to be racist, I'm anything but you'll see the dividedness in the city. And I'm not saying it's impossible to meet people, but you'll understand it once you get here. Reason number 4 why I hate living in Vancouver is, did I say how expensive it is? Vancouver is, I think, within the top 10 of the most expensive cities to live in the world. Although it's one of the best cities, it's one of the most expensive. Goddamn. And my last reason why I hate living in Vancouver is just like any parts of the world, there's homelessness and mental illness issues. But this is especially true within Vancouver. Specifically in the Vancouver downtown east side, on East Hastings streets, and just all around, there is a lack of things like affordable housing for homeless people, needing more of social programs, and just people's ignorance when it comes to people with mental illness and homelessness. Because in 2010, the Winter Olympics, this city hosted the Winter Olympics. And the thing that not a lot of people talk about or forget is that there seemed to be more of an enforcement of homeless people being pushed off the streets and being moved out so the city could host the Winter Olympics. But whether or not that was a municipal, provincial, or federal kind of more enforcement of, hey, get these homeless people off the streets for X amount of days, and then when the Olympics is over, we can bring them back in and let them do whatever they want and not really
Make it seem like we care, but we don't care.
I know this topic is kind of controversial, but if there's a budget to spend $7 billion on things like bigger, arenas for basketball or whatever, like a skating rink and all that stuff, you would think that more investment and like more programs and most importantly, more affordable housing for the serious homeless population that there is concentrated in this city, and nothing's really done about it. But I'll talk about that more in another video. So when it comes to living in Vancouver, there's great things, but don't get your panties all up in a bunch because I said these things. These are just my own raw opinions on living in the city. I can't hate living in the place that I am, and it's like, if I really hated the city, I wouldn't live here. And don't ever take someone so seriously with his hair. And I'll see y'all in the next one. 604. See y'all next one. Deuces.